When Sev first came to me, she was trapped in a cycle that so many of my clients have experienced before, eating in a calorie deficit for years with minimal results to show for it. Despite being active and super disciplined, her body just seemed to be working against her, no matter what she did due to chronic health issues and other metabolic challenges. Now, after working together, she's completely transformed her relationship with nutrition, has more energy than she's had in years, and has gained more confidence to navigate her health journey even through two major surgeries, all while eating more food, not less. Hey everyone, I'm Sampi, and I'm a fitness nutrition coach that specifically helps self proclaimed geeks and gamers. I help nerds lose 10 to 20 pounds in 6 months without giving up the hobbies or the foods that they love. What makes my approach different is that I create systems that work with your lifestyle, not against it. As a cosplayer, gamer, and former competitive bodybuilder myself, I understand exactly how to help you level up your fitness while still having time for raids, campaigns, and conventions. My three-phase approach helps optimize your nutrition and power up your fat loss, and equip you with the skills to maintain these results long term. Today's interview with Sev is especially valuable for those of you who feel like you've tried everything, who've been in a calorie deficit for months, even years, without seeing the changes that you want. She's going to share how we used reverse dieting approach that actually helped her eat more food while her body stabilized, and how we created flexible strategies that worked around her busy travel schedule and allowed her to recover from surgeries. Her naturopath was so impressed with her results that he asked for my contact information in order to recommend me to other patients. If you're dealing with chronic health issues, metabolic challenges, or just stuck for whatever reason, this conversation will show you that there is a better way forward.
I'm Sev, and I live in Canada. Before we worked together, I was really struggling with nutrition and knowing the right ratios for macros or protein or calories for my body. And I was having this issue where even though I was eating in a calorie deficit for years, it wasn't really reflected in my physical appearance. The specific and tangible results that I have now is a better understanding and confidence about nutrition, especially for my body and what I need, and an increased understanding of how important it is to, one, get the right amount of protein, sleep, water, fiber, even some of those micronutrients that are sometimes overlooked. And also this understanding that in fitness, there also needs to be kindness to yourself, especially when life happens and might get in the way sometimes. The three main things we did to get me there, the first was Sampi just created a really wonderful personalized experience for me that really catered to my body and my needs. The second would be that we started with a reverse diet where we took me out of a calorie deficit that I'd been eating in for years and increased me to over what I need for my maintenance calories, slowly over time for an extended period of time. And I didn't gain weight. And instead my body kind of evened out and I felt like I had more energy than I'd had in years. So when we actually did the cut, which maybe we could say is the third thing, when we actually did the cut that we were gearing up for, I got to see the results of that cut without feeling exhausted or malnourished. So I decided to start working with Sampi because she was recommended to me by a friend who's super big into fitness, and he knew that I was struggling with some elements of my fitness goals. I have some different health issues, some problems with my metabolism, and chronic pain that influence how I do things at the gym, what I can eat, etc. And my friend thought that it would be a good idea for me to connect with Sampi because he said that she would be a perfect fit and that she'd be able to help curate a plan for me that would address my needs. My main goals coming into this were to understand nutrition better, macros especially, but curated specifically for my body. I'm quite active, but I have a lot of difficulty with my body just holding on to weight, especially water weight, even when I'm eating in a pretty significant calorie deficit. So having that professional opinion was really valuable for me. I also wanted to work on specific elements of my physique, wanted to strengthen different parts of me, and also kind of strengthen the muscles that were leading to some of my chronic pain. So for me, what surprised me the most, how much better I feel when I'm eating the right amount of protein, first of all. How much fuller I feel. I don't really have any desire to snack. I'm not a big snack person normally, but even less so when I'm getting, adequate protein. I also noticed that Zombie had me do a reverse diet at the start of our time together. And that really surprised me because I've never had a diet where I am trying to eat more with the goal of eventually cutting down to a normal amount for my body. I'd been eating at a calorie deficit for so long. I think my body was kind of in shock. So when we started the reverse diet, I started eating more and I actually wasn't gaining weight, which was really interesting. And so then when we started cutting, I was able to cut to an amount of calories that my body was still able to function properly. And I was also able to see the benefits of that cutting. That was really surprising. Physically, I guess, again, I noticed that even though we were increasing my calories, I think we increased my calories maybe 500 calories per day over a long period of time. And I wasn't gaining weight. My weight had really stabilized. That was a change that I noticed, or like a lack of change, I suppose, where I was eating what felt like a good amount of calories. I had energy. It felt good also. Like, I've struggled with disordered eating all my life, and knowing that I could eat the amount of calories that my body needs, because I am a tall person and I am very active. So eating the right amount of calories, that mental block for, oh, well, if you're eating more than 2,000 calories, like, it's a bad idea because everything you see online is like, oh, eat under, eat under. So for me, one of the changes I noticed first was that fear around seeing the number of calories I was eating being over, what I'd kind of expected. That fear kind of going away, and the way that my body felt in response. So that was a change that I noticed. The approach fit quite well into my lifestyle because Sompi was really flexible and really understanding. I travel a lot, and that is actually where my main issue is. Because when I'm traveling, I struggle to stay on top of fitness goals and also like macros, because there's so little control you have when you're, for example, at a convention and you've been in costume all day. You need to get up the next morning to get to costume again. You need to find food. People want to go somewhere. Maybe it doesn't have great macros. You're trying to figure out how to balance that with seeing your friends. Like, it's really complicated. And Sompi was able to kind of help me during those times by providing suggestions for things I could do while traveling, like bringing exercise bands, or protein bars, small things that actually made a big difference, things that I could do in a hotel room if I didn't have access to a gym, stuff like that. So the approach actually was quite helpful. She was able to curate it for my lifestyle despite my challenges. I noticed that my relationship with food improved. And now, even though I'm not at a point currently where I'm tracking like every calorie and macro, I'm kind of just on off season. I still am prioritizing getting more protein. It's actually crazy how hard it is to get a lot of protein if you're not intentionally doing it. And I might not be tracking my protein macros right now, but I still get double chicken when I get food somewhere, or I opt for a meal at a restaurant or ingredients at home, bone broth, right? Different things that I can infuse more protein into my meals. And like I said before, those keep me full longer. I've always had a pretty good focus when it comes to fitness or things that I'm putting my mind to. I'm pretty good at staying dedicated. I'm really good at developing habits. The confidence that I think Sompi and her training was able to provide for me was a confidence in like knowing what to eat and also knowing that it's okay to not get it perfect every time as long as you're kind of sticking to your goals, whether that be your protein macro or your calorie deficit or whatever. And I find that now, even though our coaching is finished, that I still have that confidence and I'm less in doubt when it comes to what I put in my body. Her coaching style was really, really awesome, really personal. She took the time to get to know me. I think before we even started, I filled out this like super long questionnaire and she clearly read all of it and she had really wonderful insights into why my body might be responding to things the way that it was. It was from that she suggested the reverse diet, and it was really incredible to watch, even just from her suggestions, my just general health improve. She also worked with me over, I had two pretty significant surgeries, and that was during our coaching period, and she was able to guide me through those processes in a way that I would not have. For example, I'm bedridden for a while, and so my instinct after surgery is, oh, I should eat less calories because I'm moving less. And Sabri said, no, you're healing, you need more calories. And so that like was a complete opposite shift to what like my instinct was. And I'm really glad that she said that, because I think I know that I healed better and faster because of it, because my body had the energy that it needed to heal, right? And that high protein also to heal. So yeah, her coaching was really excellent, especially for me. If you're on the fence about working with Sompi, I highly recommend it. I have worked with various trainers over the years, and Sompi really gave me such a personalized experience. I was also seeing a naturopath at the same time for some of my other chronic health issues, and when I would tell him the stuff that Sompi was teaching me and having me do in terms of diet and fitness, every single time he was so impressed. He even at one point was like, what's her name so I can recommend her to other people? She really knows what she's talking about. So if that isn't, a stunning recommendation, I don't know what is.
If you're a self-proclaimed nerd who wants to feel more confident and energized without giving up your gaming time or your favorite foods, I want to help. Join my Discord community at the link down below. There you'll find other like-minded nerds who are looking to work on their fitness journeys. We have free resources, community challenges, book club, movie nights, as well as craft nights. You don't have to feel alone on this fitness journey. And if you're looking for more one-on-one support, book a call with me down below so we can discuss how I can help you get to your health goals. Remember, you don't have to choose between being a nerd and being fit. You can absolutely be both. Let's level up your health while you stay true to who you are. I'll see you in the next one.